in, I'm gonna throw a 2, 1, and I'm gonna come over the top.
Is it up? Oh, okay. I'll crank that up for myself. Yeah, episode 89 is upon us. Oh, let's stretch those backs out. Get that posture cranked up. Get ready to fucking rumble.
Yeah.
And we got everyone's favorite guest back in the house.
Oh.
Big Dick Rick.
Hey, there he is.
Yep, he's back. Alright, so grab yourself a refreshment. And let's enjoy the show.
It's been a while since I've been here too, man.
It has too. Talking to that mic when you get a chance to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that, you know.
Okay, guys, real quick, I just dropped the first drop ever for me on the Suga shop. They got some REDHAWK University stuff. You'll see it on the screen here. And the pre-order's live now, so get it while you can. Sugashop.co, the first merch drop. And the killer merch, they always have quality merch. It's thick, it's nice, it's durable, and it's good stuff. You get your money's worth on that. So that's sugashop.co for the new merch. And I apologize right now ahead of time. I'm dealing with a sinus infection. I'm supposed to be in New Jersey right now, Shug, but I had to postpone the flight until Friday because my shit, I can't even fucking breathe. So I apologize right now for that.
Yeah, I've been going through that myself, that breathing shit.
Really?
Yeah, like at nighttime, that's when it, really.
Well, I've been popping by Burger King almost every weekend to see where you've been at, and then I got a call from a buddy that he said he seen Rick, so I popped down and I seen you again and picked you up today, and right before you got in the car, your damn leg gave out.
And fell right out the fucking car. I never done no shit like that before.
Bit the dust.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was biting the dust, yeah, man.
And then fucking dropped your soda all over.
Yeah, every fucking one, man.
But is that same leg that has that bullet in it?
Yeah, the same one.
And that's the one that's giving you issues.
Yeah, that's what I was, thinking. I said, that might be that bullet that's giving me all that issue, man. because I'm saying I can't put no weight on it, man.
So that shit hurts, huh?
Yeah. I go through pain just probably about 3-4 times out of a week. Severe pain. Yeah.
And right now you ain't got nowhere to live.
Right. So, man, that's double trouble. Then it's going to be them 3 digits, with that heat out there, man. It's going to be fucking hot.
So I try to give you some cash every time I see you to get some lunch and stuff. But I was talking about you getting going, maybe a little Venmo for yourself or something where the fans, because the fans love you.
I know.
They could
I let them right back.
Yeah. And they could donate you a little bit of cheddar. But for now, I got a Venmo, and it's called @TimboTits. That's the Venmo.
Whoa.
Yeah, I made that when I was in 8th grade. I need to change it. But if you guys want to send a couple bucks for a burger or two for Rick, you can send it and just put Rick in the message, and then I'll bring it to him every week, and we'll give him a story shout out too on my Instagram.
Go. Yeah.
For a thank you.
Yeah.
So you recently just got out of rehab, huh?
Yeah, I've been in like 130 days, I think it was. I had done 90, and then I say, well, what the hell? I ain't doing shit. I'm going to lay around here 90 more days and get some more of this fat up under my belt, because I needed it bad.
Fat?
Yeah. Well, knowledge, yeah.
Okay, so in rehab, what were you doing?
Programming. We might have a book report to do. We might sit around and just, discuss our problems, and some one-on-one shit. If I have a problem with you, instead of us fighting, we just go to one-on-one, and try to iron the shit out.
So did they give you a decent little bed to sleep in there? Or?
Yeah, it was the size of a penitentiary's bed, a little small, probably about 6 by 12, something like that.
Yeah. So I wish I could have popped by and seen you at that place and take a little gander at the rehab center. So what did you overdose on fentanyl?
Yeah. Well, I didn't overdose. I was saying, hey, man, I'm 65. It's time out for this shit. You know?
Well, it's tough because what do you do for your pain and for the bullet?
That's what I was getting ready to say. That was part of the reason why I was taking the fentanyl pill to ease some of the pain, you know. And shit, maybe about a month or two off into it, looked like it got worse, the pain did, you know. So now that means I'm popping more, you know, fentanyl pills. Scared when I pop them.
Yeah, and every time I hang out with you, you're never fucked up. It's not like you're doing it's not like you're doing crazy drugs, but you're just in pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing it for, just the pain. And I was asking the doctor, I can't even think of his fucking name. I was asking him, can he reduce it? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, he had me like 70 milligrams, 80 milligrams, you know. And I guess they put the fentanyl in the pill. But now when I go to the pharmacy, it don't have the same street value, you know, fentanyl to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, because you take too much of that shit, you'll croak, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. And shit, I went into a real deep sleep. You know, I was at the program, you know.
And you'd sleep good.
Yeah, but that was a little bit too deep because the little nurse here, she said, man, you kind of scared me. I stayed in there maybe about 10 minutes shaking you, trying to wake you up. I said, yeah. I said, well, we got to talk to the doctor then, you know, to increase this here shit because I don't want to die in my sleep like that, you know. I want to die on a shot of pussy or something.
Yeah.
That's the only way to go.
Yeah. You should just die right when you're maybe eating a girl out or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's a better way to go.
Have a fucking heart attack.
Yep. So did they give you some good meals at rehab? Would you eat 3 times a day?
Yeah, 3 times a day, you know, good meals. If you can get a snack later, you know,
What
after
kind of
every
snack?
meal, you know, whatever they have. They might have peanut butter and jelly. They might have hot dogs. Fucking donuts, you know, and some coffee or whatever, you know.
So,
it was, they fed you pretty decent now.
So did you make some good friends down there?
Yeah, a lot of them guys I didn't like because they was going through their own shit, you know.
Real shit.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, you know, fuck with them, you know, because I got my own little shit I was going through.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's good to see you. I can tell you that much right now.
Yeah, same here.
Fucking missed my brother.
Yeah, got to keep that brother, you know, with that love going, man.
Yep. And just to know that we didn't forget about you.
There you go, right.
Because I was going down there talking to Jim. Jim's another homeless guy down there, and he's blind.
Yeah, and his sight looked like it's leaving every day, get worse and worse, you know.
Yeah.
He had some money in his hand, and he was asking me to count the money out for him, you know. He said, Rick, I can't even see a fucking $20 bill no more. I said, man, you got to go check that out. And I think they can kind of like straighten that out for him, you know, because it's like he farsighted or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good. You've been doing good now. So
yeah.
So what would be are you into porn much? Did you ever watch porn coming up?
Yeah, when I was young, growing up, I was kept my dick in my hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just yanking that fucker.
Yanking it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your go-to when you'd go to search for it? What would you?
What was that? No, I had books back then. You know, we didn't have no
internet.
But yeah, you know, so I would just go down there, get me a couple of Playboys or something, and you know, stash them, you know, from my mom, and go in there and whack off a few times, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely do. Yeah. So,
that's good. Days.
This is an interesting thing that popped up on my Instagram from James Clear here. Mm-hmm. And it talks about the difference between a professional and amateur. It doesn't matter what you're trying to become better at if you only do the work when you're motivated. Then you'll never be consistent enough to become a professional. The ability to show up every day, stick to the schedule, and do the work, especially when you don't feel like it, is so valuable that it is literally all you need to become 99% better of the time. 99% of the time.
Wow, yeah, that's
The pain of being a pro. Approaching your goals, whatever they are, with the attitude of professional isn't easy. In fact, being a pro is painful. I can guarantee you that if you manage to start a habit and keep sticking to it, there will be days when you feel like quitting. When you start a business, there will be days when you don't feel like showing up. When you're at the gym, there will be sets you don't feel like finishing. But stepping up when it's annoying or painful or draining to do so, that's what makes the difference between a professional and an amateur. So, Sono and the boys, they ran. Well, Thursday we decided to call the Jobin House the Beta Brotherhood, the Beta Boys,
right?
Because I hit them up and said, okay, Thursday's your Jits day, and everyone just froze up. Like, so what went through your mind when you're like, I'm gonna skip Jits today? And I know you're gonna say school,
right?
But Jits is only an hour of the day,
for sure. So here's what I knew: I was still gonna hit my 2 a week, and I did. I went on Sunday, and I had some decent rolls. But that day I was with War. We were doing a bunch of shit, and that's still not even an excuse.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh, I got to do my paper, blah, 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 blah. I sacrificed Jits, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah. That's the Beta Brotherhood.
But I got it back on Sunday, and I'm going to go probably 3 times this week.
All right. There we go.
That's good.
I like Sunday open rolls because I get to try shit.
Yeah. How to become a pro. Going about your work like a pro isn't easy, but it's also not as complicated or difficult as you might think. Decide what you want to be good at. Purpose is everything. If you know what you want, then getting it is much easier. This sounds simple, but in my experience, even people who are smart, creative, and talented rarely know exactly what they're looking for and why. And set a schedule for your actions. I thought that was good. Difference between being a pro and an amateur. So this is an interesting question. Would you rather have a gay son or a daughter who does OnlyFans? Do you know what OnlyFans is, Rick?
Yeah, everybody, huh?
No, do you know
No, no.
OnlyFans? OnlyFans is a website where any girl can do it, and she can post nude pictures of herself and videos and get paid by monthly subscriptions.
You think I can get up into that?
I don't know, Rick. There might be a world out there for you. But what would you rather have, a gay son or a daughter who does OnlyFans?
I'd rather have a daughter that does OnlyFans, because in that way I can get some of that cheddar she bringing in.
There we go.
I don't want all of it, just some of it.
Yeah, a little percentage.
Pay back, you know.
Pay back dad.
That's right.
And then, Sono, what about you?
I'd probably rather have a gay son, man. I don't want my daughter out there selling ass.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I wish you try pussy out, but I support you, brother.
Yeah, I'd probably have a gay son too. It's a day. I mean, I don't know.
Selling seeing your daughter online, that means your buddies could be like, hey, I saw your daughter stuff. It was pretty fire. $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
You're like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
That's you pimping in. You know, you got your...
I can't do that, Rick. I can't.
Yep. So we got some questions here on Patreon. Patreon.com/REDHAWK Academy, where you can support. There's content going up there all the time. Years of content. We've been doing shit up there for probably 4+ years. Techniques, vlogs, all sorts of stuff. Alex Land says, pumped about Rick, for real. Anthony Hogeback says, what is Rick's favorite position to clap cheeks?
Oh, I'd rather put it get on the top. You know, I'm a lazy motherfucker.
Turn that talking to
yeah, okay.
So you'd enjoy the girl on top.
Yeah, I'm lazy. Then I can clap them cheeks to my ass cheeks.
Yeah, but how do you do that when she's on top?
Oh, let her lean forward and grab them cheeks in your hand and clap them, man. Clap them.
Yeah, because that leg probably doesn't hold up very well.
It ain't gonna hold up. You know, I remember
that fucker will give out.
I remember I used to run around the house and, fuck,
just fuck everywhere.
Yeah, well, she in the air. I'm,
In the ass.
Yeah, man. But not no more. I fuck around. We both be in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Concussions.
Concussions even.
Yeah.
So okay, so your favorite, your number one go to is her on top because you're feeling a little lazy. Maybe when you were younger it was different, but now.
Oh yeah, because I can lay there. As long as she can look up, I can look down. You know what I mean?
I do.
But yeah, it didn't get to a point now. If you don't get yours, I'm gonna get mine.
Yeah, it's a little scary for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, James Suze says, do you think they'll let Suga into the cage after the main event? He should take the belt like Connor at the BKFC. James, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna do a square off in the cage with the winner versus Suge. That's a good idea, though, James. That's not a bad idea. There's definitely gonna be some drama this weekend, so we're gonna find out. It's gonna be good. Henry Cejudo versus Aljo. You been watching any of the embeds or anything, Sono?
Yes, I have. They're awesome. I like how they met. They saw each other in the hotel lobby or whatever that was, and Suga's like, "Yeah, we have a great camp." I'm like, he just kept going off on that rant. Like,
How is he so? Like, how is he such a dildo?
it's the team around him too a little bit.
Well,
I feel like that guy with the glasses,
Captain.
phone.
He's a different bird. He's a different bird. But I think the owner of that gym over there, Fight Ready, it's a guy named Dave, and I think he just makes he pays all the coaches' salaries.
Okay.
So he makes those coaches just suck Henry's.
Make him sound like the GOAT all the time. They keep going, bah. When I saw that shit in the John Jones fight, I got annoyed. Like, that thing would piss me off more. I would be like, he could still whip my ass, but.
Yeah. But if Henry wins, he's got to be up there with the GOAT status. He's got to be. If he beats Aljo, comes back after 3 years and beats Aljo, he's got to be up there with the best.
Well, I watched Aljo's vlogs too, like you said, and when you watch Cejudo's, it does seem a little bit more dialed. Just off vlog, I know that doesn't show the whole thing.
Cejudo seems more dialed
Than Aljo. Aljo was like just doing random stuff. He was eating shitty.
But also Aljo's training with Merab.
That's true.
Who's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And Henry brought in this kid who's like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, no MMA experience, a teenager. And then he's going to fight Aljo, who's huge and strong. And I'm just so curious how it goes. There's definitely, Henry is smart. He can wrestle.
I think Henry wins.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's going to fight. Like, Aljo will get his back, and everyone's going to be like, whoa, but he defends well. And then next thing you know, he's going to gas his legs from like a body triangle or something.
If he gets on his back, I think it's going to be tough for Henry.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. If, like I said in my video earlier, on if I had to bet right now, I'd bet Aljo. But there's definitely ways Henry could win. He's just a competitor. God, my fucking nose, dude.
I know how you feel, man. With that.
Flying with that's going to be rough, Jim.
Bad. That's why I'm glad I changed my flight. Okay, LL Puff Daddy, what was your experience like at Purple Belt? What techniques did you focus on? What is JX working on in his jiu-jitsu game? My experience at Purple Belt, I was mainly fighting at the time. And then I really started to concentrate on jiu-jitsu. And then what techniques did I focus on? Just everything. I mean, you got to everything. Developing your top game, developing your bottom game, developing your takedowns, developing your takedown defense. Always there's stuff to work on. So there wasn't like a necessarily a technique, but I did focus a lot more on gi grips and gi guards. That's like spider guard and single leg X and X guard and stuff like that. Jacob Barger, how did you go about balancing training with work and family life? I work a part-time job that allows me to train every day and make enough money, but I struggle with feeling guilty for neglecting my fiance and spending too much time working and training. She moved from Florida to Indiana and doesn't have any friends or family here, only me. Any advice on how to deal with this? Jacob, I would try to get her involved in something where she can make some friends. Whether it's like a Mark Wahlberg's thing, F45, or something like an Orange Theory, or even maybe possibly get her into some jiu-jitsu. Or something to where she's around a group of people and she doesn't feel isolated at home. Maybe that'll help, Jacob, hopefully. Troy Allen, who do you think gets the W? Aljo and Mini Henry? Like I said, right now, I think Aljo might take him. Because I mean, Henry's got smart coaches. He really does. But I think Henry more runs his training camp than those coaches. And I think he's older now. He's not going to be training near as hard as he used to be able to train. And the 3-year layoff with that, it's going to be impressive if he wins, though. Gabriel Lopez, would love to see a pod with your brother, Matt. I'd be interested to hear his story routines and his past as a firefighter. Yeah, my brother is a fucking badass. He really is. Retired as a firefighter, and he's only 39, I think, now. Completely retired, and he's got some good shit going on. Cold Killer Clark. Hey, Tim. Do you know anything about DMG or dimethylglycine? It is supposed to help out our cardio and give you more energy and stamina. They give it to race horses, so Mariah might have some. I'm just trying to figure out the dose to take. I've never heard of it. I don't know if Mariah does that shit either. She does give her horses lots of supplements, but I'll have to ask her about the DMG, Cold Killer Clark. But LL Puff Daddy was saying, what is JX working on in his game?
Probably mostly like my wrestling, my stand-up for right now. And then obviously, like you said, pretty much everything. Like I always go back to just the fundamental shit.
Yeah. The timing of stuff, just taking risks in practice. But yeah, the wrestling, I mean, our whole team's getting a lot better at wrestling, which is good.
Yep.
Connor, how would you deal with being a white belt and getting mat anxiety? I mean, there's no way to deal with that, Connor, besides just show up and go through it. Go through it. There's going to be no trick to be like, oh, this. Just go through it. You're doing it yourself. I see it, Connor. How do you deal with dirty moves while rolling in practice? It depends who the dirty moves are coming from, because you could think they're dirty moves, but the white belt you're rolling with who's brand new doesn't know that it's a dirty move. So maybe you just deal with it and maybe let them know after, respectfully. Kale, would you recommend stem cells? Looking back at it, around how much did it cost? I would recommend the stem cells from CPI, which is where we went. They completely healed my shoulder. I thought I wasn't even going to be able to train hard again and get the stem cells and doing that. Now I'm back to damn near 100%, but it is very expensive. So I would hit them up, send them an MRI of your injury, and just see what they say about it. And they're pretty good about being honest with you. They'll tell you, hey, I don't think the stem cells will help, or I really think the stem cells would help. But it is expensive. You're going to be dropping around $15,000 to $20,000.
Wow, that's some cheddar there.
What would you do with that kind of cheddar?
Ooh, probably rent me an island somewhere with a bunch of freaks.
Rent an island with a bunch of freaks. I like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'd probably try to go in some type of business for myself. You know.
What kind of business?
I don't know. Fast food restaurant.
What would it be called?
Slick Rick's.
Slick Rick's Burgers and Fries.
There you go.
I'd go.
Yeah.
I can tell you that
There'd be
much.
some top quality food there.
Would there be?
Yeah.
So on your menu at Slick Rick's, what would be your main things?
Chili dogs. I love chili dogs.
With extra chili?
Yeah. Smother it with chili.
Talking to that mic when you can. Yeah. In that mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
So you'd smother that puppy with chili.
Yeah.
And where do you think you'd source your chili from?
I would have to do some internet, you know what I'm saying? Some checking around and see where that shit coming from, where it's good.
Yeah. You know, I remember back in the day going to Wendy's. Wendy's for
chili.
chili.
Now they had some good fucking chili right there at Wendy's.
So maybe you could source that chili from Wendy's.
Yeah.
And then where do you get your hot dogs?
Some cheap, you know. Yeah.
Maybe the dented can down here.
Yeah,
expired food.
Yeah.
Did you see Mike Meljic starting his own burger?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's like 10. It's called 1010 Burger.
Sweet.
Based off all his like reviews, it's kind of smart.
Damn, that's badass. So, Slick Rick's Burger Joint. Yeah. I look forward to eating there.
I was thinking about even trying to invest some money in, some bikes or something. You know what I'm saying?
Bikes?
Like bicycles, yeah. Just set up different little spots where they can go and rent the bikes at right there.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
But
so
if you don't bring them back, then I'm going to have to send my boys at you. There you go. See what I'm saying?
Knuckle sandwiches.
Yeah.
So at Slick Rick's Burger Joint, what kind of desserts would you have?
Like everybody don't eat. They eat the pies. There was some pumpkin pies. You know, sweet potato pie is the best pie you can ever eat. You know,
So mini sweet potato pies.
yeah, a lot of cakes. You know, some fattening shit. You know what I'm saying?
Some good hearty stuff.
Yeah.
And then what kind of drinks?
Dr. Peppers. You know,
Shakes?
plenty of shakes. I like chocolate myself.
I like chocolate. I like strawberry too.
Yeah, strawberry is good.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, here we go. How do you balance paying your coaches' friends good while also trying to profit? I mean, it is tough. It is tough, but I don't mind it right now. I have such good teachers that I don't mind paying them out good. And that's what I want to keep doing. I want to keep making sure the coaches here get paid well because, I mean, you want to pay them well. You don't want to pay them well. If you don't pay them well, they're just going to just not enjoy it. They're going to half-ass it. But all our coaches, I think, are paid pretty good, and I want to continue to up it too. So it's not really hard. And then paying Jay and stuff for the pod's not hard because he does a good job. And
yeah, Jay do. He gets down. He the
does.
man.
he gets
Yeah,
down
Jay
for
the
sure.
man.
And you have people notice you on the streets sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, a lot of people's come up, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean give you an autograph? Fuck, I'm gonna give you an autograph.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
seriously, there's a lot of people, you know, hey, I know you Rick, right? Yeah. Well, you know me from then, you know. And they you know, kick him around.
That
you know?
internet
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
Any update on your mom being on the podcast? I want my mom on the podcast, but she doesn't want to because because some of the shit I talk about doesn't agree with her religion. So she doesn't want to support that.
Yeah. I can imagine that.
But she does listen to the pod. I know she does, Mom. I know you do.
I'm sorry, Mom, for doing all that cursing. I'll slack down.
Yep.
Because I'll be cursing, you know.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even think of that neither. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Javier, as an entrepreneur yourself, what are some challenges that you wish you knew beforehand? That includes your gym, coaching, podcast, etc. What do I wish I knew beforehand? I think it helped training at so many different gyms for a long time and knowing where I want to go with my gym and what I want my gym to look like. Podcasting, we wasted a lot of money on equipment, didn't we, Jay? God, I can barely fucking breathe.
You got all the fucking cameras we went through and shit.
Get something for that, man. They got shit out there over the counter drugs.
Well, I got that Afrin, but I said, you're not supposed to use that Afrin more than 3 days.
Oh,
And I'm used to nasal breathing all day, all night.
right.
If you can't nasal breathe, that takes some serious enjoyment away from your life.
It does. It probably does.
Fucking gasping for air all night. Holy. And then that Afrin, dude, makes you just breathe perfectly. But then you get addicted to it.
Oh, yeah, we don't need that.
I'll be in the fucking
No
rehab
addiction.
joint with you.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a good time, though.
Right, we will. We're going to have a good time. Because it was co-eds, you know.
So there were
That's-
some honeys.
Wow, some nice looking
No
honey.
way.
You know, and then like it was this one chick, she was very proud of herself. She come in looking like a dog, a scallywag, you know. And she always, you know, taking pictures and posing and you know, walk out the room and look back and see if anybody looking at that fat ass, you know. Yes, here
So
I
a
am.
scallywag.
over
So she was.
Yeah.
So she was.
here. She wasn't shit. You know?
Oh,
And she, you know.
but did
picked
she when
herself
she
up.
showered up?
Yeah, and dust herself off. She was all right, honey.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a good chance we could pull.
We gonna pull.
Oh,
Shit, because they just as freaky as we is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They-
some of them, huh?
Yeah.
Especially if you got some extra money.
Right. I give a little up. I got to have something for them chili dogs, though.
Yep, Slick Rick's Burger Joint. We got to invest. All right. Yeah, podcast. We wasted so much money on shit. Now we know exactly what we need for the podcast. Other than that, nothing too crazy. I apologize about my nose, ladies and gentlemen. Tax advice, Justin Brees. Any secrets of the trade? You ever paid taxes?
No, these motherfuckers owe me some money. That H&R Block, right there on 91st. I went down there and filed my tax. I think I got like 4,700, back. And I ain't seen the fucking money yet. That was last year. And I be, stopping. Hey, look, y'all gonna give me my money? I'm gonna go, postal up in here about that money. I need that shit.
Yeah. And what do they say?
They are, well, it must be some type of misunderstanding. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be me misunderstanding your ass if you don't give me that cheddar. I need it.
Yeah. I feel that. Tax advice, I'm still learning about it. I'm still learning about it. I don't have any advice. But, dude, I can tell you what, self-employed people get fucked on the taxes.
Yo, Tim, I meant to ask you, did you see Bryce pulled out? Bryce Mitchell, cousin, brother, mother, lover?
Yeah, I wonder, it looked like his shoulder must have been hurt.
Was it? I thought it was a skin thing because they said they had a bunch of stuff on his face popping up with a skin infection.
He had blue shit on his shoulder.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. Okay.
So he must have been fucked up. And he said he was fucked up in the Ilya Topuria fight, and he didn't want to do that again.
That sucks for him. That was a tough matchup anyways, though, I think.
I've never really watched that guy fight, the other guy.
Grappler.
Oh, really?
Grappler.
Damn, that would have been sweet. Okay, Sean M. You think watching porn will always create unrealistic expectations for sex? I always wanted to bless a girl with a nice facial, but wonder if desire came from pornography. What's some of your guys' unrealistic sexual desires, if you had any?
Mine would have 2 big fat bitches.
2 big fat bitches, one sitting on your face, one riding in reverse.
There you go. Backwards, because I don't want to see her face. Ride that backwards, Let me see some fat from back there,
So you like a good fat ass.
Yeah. I'm talking about just hang every fucking one.
Wow. Crush you?
Please do.
That's good.
Fucking please do.
Trust me.
Yeah. Break
Unrealistic.
all my bones.
Yeah. What about you, Sony? Do you think watching porn creates any unrealistic expectations?
No, probably not. I watch porn all the time and I still smash biscuits like it's normal.
Yeah.
But does it make you want to do anything? Like
I do.
different?
Remember how I say I told y'all before I say crazy shit. Maybe I got that from porn. I was like, whose pussy is this?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I got that from there. I'm not
You ever
gonna
say
lie.
some shit during sex? Or you
That's,
quiet?
oh, I love it.
What do you
Talking
say?
dirty. Ooh, talk dirty, man.
Like,
bitch, who pussy is this? You know what I'm saying? And this dad is, shit like that. Just go berserk when it be good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It really just brings a different animal out of you, doesn't
It
it?
does, man. It does.
What's the biggest woman you've ever been with? If you had to guess, like
I say probably about, weight wise,
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
probably about 195, 200.
okay, I've batted up there. I've been there with you.
Hey, that's a good swing too up there, man.
It's a great swing.
Light
That's
heavyweight.
right. Yeah, light heavyweight.
Yep. 200 pounds.
Woo, I love her.
Hey, Rick, a wise man once said she got to be 2 something to do something.
That's you. There you go.
So have you always liked bigger women?
No, I like little petite girls, but them big ones, they can
Once in a while.
They flexible. I'm talking about they can, stretch them bodies out. You like, damn, where you learn that from? Yeah, they very flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any unrealistic expectations, always wanted to bless a girl with a nice facial. Yeah, I think girls are different. Some girls are into that, some girls aren't. But definitely, I think some unrealistic sexual desires come from porn.
Yeah.
That's the most unrealistic for you, though, huh? Two heavyweights?
2 heavyweights. One looking at me and one turned the other way. Phew. Boy, that's going to be some hate throwing around in that mother.
Uh-huh. Yep. You get done, head down to Slick Rick's, grab yourself
That's
a burger.
right,
and
a
shit.
burger. Don't forget about that chili. Got to have that chili.
Ethan Clark, my office is going through layoffs, and people seem to be checked out and unmotivated. And that's spreading like a disease, leading to more people getting laid off. Any advice on how to block that all crap out and stay focused on the task? I mean, I don't know any advice there, brother. Ethan. You either do it or you don't. How to stay focused. You got to think of the future. If people are getting laid off left and right, you got to think about what your next move's going to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Cushion it up, line a little more money in there, you know? It's no-go money right here. I got to keep this.
Yep. Dinero Buddy Currency. Hardest punch you've eaten and kept moving forward in a fight. Hardest punch. That's when I broke my fucking jaw, dude. That dude hit me and I knew my jaw was broken, but I was like, fuck, I need to win this fight. I knew how bad I needed to win this fight, so I kept going forward and I tried to finish the guy. Still was able to score a takedown, but I don't know if my body was in shock though. I just like was weak. Yeah. And it maybe just because my fucking jaw was off. Also, can you react to Paulo Costa's funny ass tweets? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that just for a Patreon video. Go through Paulo Costa's tweets because he says some funny shit. Leighton Quinn, what are your thoughts on BJJ instructionals? Are they useful to watch while injured? Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. Especially like the world champion guys, and if they're basic instructionals, I think they're good for sure. Yucky Chucky. Here, so do you want to read some of these? My fucking nose. People are probably just like, shut the fuck up. You could start at the Yucky Chucky. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking annoying. Actually, 1 second. I got to read this. Guys, this weekend, the UFC bantamweight champion goes head-to-head with one of the most decorated combat athletes of all time in the main event at UFC 288. My bookie had the matchup between Cejudo Sterling as a near coin flip, but most of the early money came in on Aljo. If you're asking yourself why you should choose MyBookie over the competition, it's simple. They give you the best bang for your buck, period. You can score huge wins on boosted odds with the MyBookie money bag, or take advantage of every momentum swing with in-match live betting. If you're not sure where to put your money, here's a stat for you. 6 of Sterling's last 10 fights have all gone 3 rounds or longer. But with hired gun Henry Cejudo in town, we don't think this one will. Take the under 4.5 rounds at MyBookie. Better yet, sign up today and bet with house money. Just click the link in my story or use promo code TIMBO to grab yourself a welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Links in the description.
Yucky Chucky says, if you were stranded on an island and only could eat one type of meal, what would it be? Carne asada burritos for him. So what meal would it be, Rick, if you had one final last meal?
I don't know. Lobsters. I don't know. Anything coming out to sea. Okay.
You want to go to a little seafood here joint soon?
Yeah, we can.
Me and Sugar will take you to the steakhouse down by my house. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Your teeth fucked up, though?
Yeah, I got 3 fucking teeth in my mouth, man.
So I could ask him to cut that steak up real small for you.
Yeah, that'll be,
Okay, we'll go maybe next week.
Okay.
Mine? Carne asada burrito. That's not a bad call.
Not at all.
Mexican, a big fat plate of Mexican food, hard to beat. So that's probably what I'd go with. What about you?
Lasagna. I don't know why. I've always been a lasagna. Garlic bread.
Yeah,
with
that shit.
I'm gonna be naughty. If it's my last meal, I'm having a Coke with it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
what about you, Jay? Last meal?
Same thing. Have you ever had pupusas?
No.
That sounds like sex.
It's like Salvadorian food.
Oh, it's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely would be my last meal. You'd go pupusas, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Soda, what's next?
this one is from Dyke Tyson. What are some of Shane's other ideas for nicknames before he chose Suga? Do you know?
Yeah, they tried to name him the Spider. He didn't like that one.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you can hang on to a motherfucker like that.
Spider. He looks like a spider, doesn't he?
He do, and he can hold his own.
Yeah.
Brendan says, Tim, when did you first find your love with martial arts? Was it in wrestling in high school, boxing, or were you hooked right away, or did it fall more in love with the more consistent you got?
I didn't like wrestling that much, but all my friends did it. Going to the wrestling room after school when I could go home, play some video games, eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But I had to go to the wrestling room and get my fucking ass beat. Like, I hate this and I want to quit, but all my friends are doing it, so I kept with it. Boxing, I enjoyed boxing, the rush you'd get. And then when I turned 18 and started doing jiu-jitsu and MMA, that's when I really fell in love with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, let's go right here with Sweet Rags. On motivation, how do you keep moving forward on the days when you just don't feel like it? Much love.
You got to just ask yourself, am I a top G or am I not? Am I part of the Beta Brotherhood? Because the Beta Brotherhood will say, no, chill out, don't do the hard shit when you don't feel like it. But if you want some fucking confidence and you want to get good at anything, you wake up and say, I'm not a bitch.
Right.
I'm not a bitch.
You got to stay in.
You just ask yourself, am I a bitch? Ask yourself right there. Right when you're thinking about, should I do it or should I not? Am I a bitch? And if it's yes, then just stay there and keep being a bitch. And if you're not, then go do it. Simple.
Okay, this question is, how would you feel if you had a buddy, right? And they have a girl coming over and they hear you over having a conversation with her. Sorry, this is my own question. I'm gonna say
hit it.
You have a question. You have her coming over and she says, "Let's go to Sicilian Butcher." Just an example. Let's just throw that one out there. And then you see that she sends you a screenshot of your buddy in the house that overheard that conversation, saying, "I'll take you to Sicilian Butcher at any time." But it's just an example. How would you feel about that if you were in?
I would go up to my friend and show him the phone, and just blink.
What if the other person's let's say 6'5"? Let's just say
I do the same thing. I mean, come on, you got to just do the same thing. Just blink.
Yeah, that was a weird situation, but I laughed because.
And then ask them and say, "Hey, how would you feel if I did that?"
Well, we remember the situation before with it when it was reversed.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Anyways, I had to get that question out. My bad. Have you ever seen any fights between training partners in practice?
Oh yeah, multiple, tons. Every gym I've been at. We used to get in fights all the time back in the lab. Like when we were 20, I mean, back in the day, there were so many good motherfuckers in there, and we would just try to fuck each other up. There'd be multiple times where I'd be going into a round thinking, my plan is to knock this guy out cold. And then we'd get into it. So all the time. In an MMA gym, you got to expect that.
Okay, so Jake Carroll says, Timbo, I need some advice on when's the right time for an amateur MMA debut. I've done multiple BJJ comps, and my coach says I'm ready to get in the cage, but I'm just too much of a puss thinking about getting knocked out. Cheers, brother.
I would just keep sparring. Keep doing your stand-up and keep sparring hard. And if you keep sparring hard, you'll get a lot of confidence from it. And then you got to just go let it rip. You got to go let it rip. You're going to be scared. There's not... Especially for your first fight, you're going to be scared no matter what. You just got to go into it and do it. And then, there's no hack. Just train hard.
Riley wants to know if you're ever going to go on TRT.
Definitely, dude.
That's just testosterone, right? Yeah, I might even hit that too.
I think everyone's... Why wouldn't you? You get in your 40s and 50s and then you're horned up like you were 20 again and you got energy. You'd be dumb if you don't.
Other than that, it's looking like that's about the questions.
Back to that when I should take an amateur fight. I would just take the fight. I mean, take a fight. If you've been training that much already, just take a fight, because back in the day, we would just be scrappy kids taking fights. And if you got that kind of experience, I would just let it rip. I would just let it rip, brother. All right, we'll head to Twitter here. Some of JX's messages he sends me. Some of them are a little fucked up. This one's of Brab. It says, my cardio comes from sex with cousins.
It's like those trolling MMA pages.
Yeah, those are funny.
I know. Sometimes I think they're real, and I'm like, wait, that's too fucked up.
Yeah, it's good.
Way down to Alabama type shit.
Yeah.
Back in the woods.
So, pull that mic up to your mouth a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So, if you had a sexy cousin, Rick.
No, I wouldn't fuck her.
But she said, let me just give you a handy.
I'd take some hands. Fuck it.
All right.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it, though. I wouldn't do that.
But you never really were around her ever growing up.
Oh, wow, fucking heartbeat.
Would you really? I feel that. Because if you fuck your cousin, the kid can be fucked up if you have one, right?
Oh yeah, the kid is going to be retarded.
Here, no, talking to that mic.
Yeah.
What kind of things will be wrong with him?
Oh, he might be fucked up. You know, look like the Elephant Man, or you know what I'm saying? Be retarded.
You gotta be careful.
Not every fucking one.
Yeah, you gotta be careful there.
Yeah, you really do.
One CEO says that they offered Francis Ngannou $20 million guaranteed. The money wasn't enough. He was asking for a seat on the board of directors. He wanted all these non-financial terms. Yeah, that sucks for Francis because it looks like BKFC couldn't get a deal done with the PFL couldn't. But Chael tweeted PFL did get a deal done, and it's going to come out soon. So we'll see about that. And then we got Mario Batista, Cody Garbrandt. We kind of talked about that already. And that's about it, Rick. What else you got going on today?
Probably just, I don't know, go in Burger King, hang out and see can I, get lucky. You know what I mean?
See if you can get lucky with the lady?
Yeah, with some people. I don't give a fuck. She can be 500 pounds right now.
Really? You're on a little dry spell right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I got to do something.
Well, maybe I'll give you a little cheddar and you can buy a lady a meal there.
Yes. I would love that.
That'll be good. Yeah. So, all right, brother. Good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be back, man.
Yeah, missed you, bro.
Yeah.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All my brothers. I love you guys.
Yeah, good dude.
Illy.
Like and subscribe. Sorry about this fucking sickness. I know it's annoying, but I didn't want to miss the show. Check out the merch. Then patreon.com/RedHawk Academy. See you guys next week. Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, love you. Peace.